From the road, it looks like a mine because look, there's this big tailing pile of sand right here that runs down that way. There's the highway over there and the water box over there. We believe it's being supplied by the windmill that's on the other side of this hill. That's where we got water at last night. But this here appeared to be a mine of some time. There were some buildings at one time or another somewhere here. Anonymous said he thought he saw some grave markers, so right here, this looks like part of the foundations for one of the buildings. These little walls. This is indicative of construction of like the late 1890s, early 1920s. Between that era, that's what this is indicative of, the architecture. With these kind of cement walls, they made concrete with the material they had at hand. Looks like there was a fire here at one time or another. There was a wooden wall, probably some kind of shops area and stuff. Yeah, right here. This is a deck. Right, look at the big cable. Look at the big cable for this thing. Look how big that is. Can you see it? This is this 20-inch cable right here. So this is some kind of milling platform. Now they're not using now. They're pier blocks for a machine that sat right here. Probably some kind of a pump. Right? See, because this is the landing here. Right here's some big tube, some big metal cylinders. Look at all the barrels. This was a mine right here. Right? Probably an old stamp mine or a crusher. They bring the ore out of the hole. Right, oh, let me step up here. They bring the ore out of the hole, right? And they run it through the stamper, which is up there, right? And by the time it gets to here, this is probably where the tank is, where the acid bath goes, right? And then they sluice it down there into the other buildings and process it. And the tailings run out the bottom, right? That's probably how it worked. I gotta be careful of stepping on wood here, because these are old ass fucking nails. I got me tetanus shot a few thousand times, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to give you one today. I see, look, and then here's the upper deck. This is where the milling machine was, the stamp, probably. Right, see, look, here's the box for it. Right here. Right, they set you see how the bolts are set into the concrete? Right, they set the stamp right down here, bang. The fucking machine out there, the steam driven machine out there with the belt is the thing that raises it up and down. Bang, 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 bang. Crushes the ore, feeds it through the conveyor belt into the machine where the vats are, right? And they process it using all the chemicals. See, here's the chemical tank. They process it. See, look, see big bolts in the wall. They process it using all the chemicals in the tank. Right? See the mines, the opening for the mines, probably somewhere in this corner of the building. Opening for them, then up there, where you can see up there, right? Up there. Yes, I got my friend with me. There are the two double water tanks that they use to, for the processing of this mill, this plant. There's probably right there for coal, for burning the power ash boiler. This is pretty cool. These are some pretty cool buildings, right? I wish I could find the whole of the mine. See, there's Anonymous down there, trying to stay cool. Huh? Pretty cool, that's the old mine. Yeah, it was. Wonder where the hole is. Probably back there somewhere. They probably brought it right here, dumped it right here with the mule box. Probably. Let's see, there's some more shit up there. Watch out where you're stepping here. When you're out here adventuring, you gotta be careful. Rattlesnakes. One almost got Anonymous the other night when we was riding alongside the highway in the dark. It was just a sunset. He was still warming himself with the last heat of the pavement. So look, here's an above view of the plant. You can see it. That was the stamp in the processing room where it flew out. And I see on the deck where they fucking had all the machines, where it flew down into the processing vat, and then down and around and out where the tailings are. Right. It's up here. There's some more shit up here. Ooh. This is how I adventure. I attack. Ah, here we go. Hey, Bubba. Ooh, here's where the mine opening is. So they cave it in really good so nobody can get in here, but this was the pit right here. Here's where yes. See the concrete? This is the pit right here. This is where they were digging. This goes into the mountain right here. You see the roof, the tin shed? That's how these old mines worked. Right? They push the ore out right here, down the sluice, to the processor with stampers would match it. Remember I told you? This is the whole operation right here. This is for crew, and based by the size and the shape of the building right here, so you see there's the bottom. Let me get my orientation. Okay, along the bottom right here, there's the wall, the concrete wall of the building. You can see it that they made. See it goes in there. And then here, imagine this, close your eyes and then open them again. Look at what I'm seeing. On the other side of this wall, there's a hole that goes into this. On the other side of this wall right here, there's a hole that goes into the side of the mountain right here. See it? Right, there's the mountain. Right, and it goes back in there probably a good several ways. That's the mine. Right, and then this is the processing room for the ore. They push it out once they get the ore down here on the carts. They dump it all out, then they push it into the sluice box, because this was the sluice box that's being run by the water. Right, that's where the windmill comes in. That's down the road about a half a mile or so. Right, and it flushed it all the way down. See, this pier block here was built. It's just a sluice box, wooden. Right, it's all built right here, all the way down. Right, into the top of the machine. Right, and this is the whole process room. This is like a bunker. This is like a 1890s version of the bomb-proof bunker right here. But it processed oil and silver and gold and zinc, right, and copper out of these mountains right here. I bet you this hole goes back a long ass way if they had all these buildings. Well, anyways, this video is getting kind of long. And I know Anonymous is down there cussing and bitching because it's hot. And we're still half a mile from the water. Right? But this is me, Brian, adventuring in the Nevada desert. Right, just north of Middlegate. See, there's Anonymous down there. It's cool up here. See, there's the culvert. Let's see. There's the culvert we were at, was over there. That's the one we came out of, right over there. Alright. Middlegate's that way. Thank you.